Hi everybody, welcome to today's transmission. This is specifically for twin flames, and I'm tuning into a geometry that came through a crop circle, and this was a crop circle where I was guided to be in Avebury at a particular date in a field in the middle of the night, connecting with the guides and anchoring a geometry into the field. The next day, we left Avebury, but I later saw online that this geometry that came in was actually a crop circle that landed just after, so that morning, overnight whilst we were doing it, in an adjacent field in the same area on the same day. At the time of bringing in the geometry, I was told by the guides that I would meet my twin flame imminently. The numerology on that day, it was the 13th of the 7th of 2011, which reduces down to 222, which I see as my twin flame number. And it's made up of 11 to 11, which is 1111 is twin flame sacred union, and the 2 in the middle is unity. So I can see that in this geometry as well, as 11 with a dot in the middle as the 2, and then 11 on the other side. And I then, less than 2 weeks later, on the 22nd of the 7th, 2011, which is also 11 to 11, 222, actually went through a multi-dimensional merging for 4 hours with my twin flame, who I then later that day went out and actually met in person. It was an extraordinary experience, and also just very much compounds the message that came through with this crop circle. If you want to see the actual crop circle, I'll put the link below to the website where it was photographed. I couldn't put an image of it here because it's copyright, but what I have done is I've used the image. I've graphically altered it so that it's not the same image, and then I've also done an artist's impression of it, and in that impression I have brought through additional light codes and information. And then I want to share with you the process as I further channel information and light language activations for you to receive. So here we go. Here is my version of the crop circle geometry, and it is sitting on my portal receiving continual light codes, and it has love in gold and love in silver underneath each individual spiral. I can see here the face of an angel, the body, and the wings in the background. And the energy that I'm intending to capture is the energy when I was in the field in Avebury, receiving these downloads and anchoring them just before they appeared actually as crop circles in the field, in an adjacent field in Avebury on the same day. So what I'm going to do now is just bring in a channeled message about what the significance of this is, and bring in some light codes to activate the twin flame unity. So this is my impression, and I noticed that from the outside there's a spiral that crosses, that forms 3 full circles like the chakra ray in Reiki. So the chakra ray is an increase in power. It amplifies the energy, it amplifies the power. And then I felt a yin yang, as in the white and the black, as they come into the middle, and there's another spiraling in the other direction. And and then that comes out to the unity. And then we've got the white one again coming in from the outside, then coming back out to the unity. And I feel that this explains a lot of the spirals that are spiraling around each other that I see in the twin flame connection in a lot of my paintings. I feel this is looking down from above at that spiral as they spiral around each other. But let's see what the guides say if I connect in and bring a message and an explanation through, and some light language activation for you. Asha ia akata ia koko koko ta ia kaka ia kata ko. Ashakata ia koko koko koko. Ashakata ia kata kaka kaka koko koko. Ashakata satoko. Ashata sakato ko. Ashatata tita kasataka totoko koko. Ashakata tia kaka. Akatata tia katata tia kakata koko. Ashatata. Ashatata tia katuko koko. Akatata kakatoko. Akatata kakata kakako koko ta yakata. Akatata yakatoko koko koko akakataka. Akataya katoka akatia kaka. Akatia kakakakoko. So they're telling me the colors in the background are the cosmic colors. So they're actually luminescent, and they're potent with transformative, upgrading, uplifting energy. They originate in another dimension, and they're not visible in their true appearance here in this plane of existence, but we can receive them through our heart and soul. And our heart and soul can see the colours, the luminescent colours, the potent transformative colours that are coming in at the moment. Akatatita kakakato koko akakatatata akatatatata. So I'm seeing this geometry in 3D, and I'm seeing them as 2 spirals, and we're looking downwards through the center of them. And so each spiral is one of the twin flame vessels, and what I mean is the body and the individuation of the polarity, of each polarity, of the feminine polarity and the masculine polarity. And as we look down through the center of each spiral, that's where we see the black and the white representing polarity, also spiraling around each other, anchoring everything within that polar spectrum. So, but within each twin. So we have the masculine polarity and the feminine polarity and everything in between. And that covers all of life. Everything in life is individually channeled through each twin, through the core, through the center. And then this part in the middle here where they unify, and that's where the third energy anchors. So this is the unified energy. So they are unified within each twin, and then there's a unity energy that is the third energy that encompasses both spirals, both vessels. And so this is a multi-dimensional geometry, and it's covering from the densest reality up to the most light, most high vibrational, and it goes all the way up to the Godhead. Atatati takakakatati takakakatokokototo tia kakatatia kakatokokoko akatatata iakato akataka akata iakata iakatokoko atatatata. So I'm seeing some light purple, and I'm seeing it activating the third eye and the pineal gland. We're picking up the pink unconditional love now. Akatayakato, akatayaka, akatayakatoka tiako, akatayata, akatayaka, akatayakatoko, akatia akato a, akatayaka, akatayakatoko. Akataya katakoko, akataya tatatata, akataya tata, akataya tatata kakakakaka. Picking up the aquamarine color, the teal aquamarine color, akatatatiaka, akataya katokoko. This is the thymus area that activates our longing to be taking action and fulfilling the life's purpose that comes through this twin flame unity. Akatayaka ko, akatayaka takakakaka kokoko, akatakaka, akataka tika kato, akatatia kato ko tatatata. I'm seeing the magenta color now. Akatatati takakatati takaka. Akatati takakatoko tatika taka, akatati takakatati akatata, akatati tatakatatakaka, akatatako, akatati takakata, akatati akatoko kokoko. I'm seeing a pale blue. Akatatataka tokoko kokoko, akatata kototototo, akatatatatata kakatakaka totokoko, akatatatika tokotokotokoko. Alright, I'm feeling the zeal point at the back of the neck. It's between where the neck and the base of the skull meet, and this is your galactic connection to your multi-dimensional realities, star beings. I'm also feeling a point in the middle of the spine, and it's referencing this unity point in the middle of the two spirals. Atika oko akatatatata, and it's connecting the crown with the tailbone. So it's helping you anchor the higher aspects of self, the angelic and the star being aspects, through the throat, to be able to access that knowledge and speak it accurately through the throat, and to ground it down both legs. So feeling first the masculine, then the feminine legs as those light codes travel down the legs. I'm also seeing it traveling down like the trunk of the tree. So I'm seeing that then as the third energy, the unified energy, which is also the unified mission. So we each have our individual missions and our individual parts of the mission in the center of each spiral. In the middle of those two, we have the unified mission. Akatatata. Akatata kata tata ko 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 ko. Feeling healing green, emerald green energy. Feeling that also surrounding the pineal gland and the other glands in the head. Moving down the spinal column. Through the heart chakra, activating the heart chakra. Clearing the throat, moving down the legs, the shoulders, out through the hands, out through the feet, down into the earth grids. Ishatakako. Ishatatako. Akatatata. Akatata. Akatata titakakatakako. Akataka. Akatatata titakatataka. Akatati takaka. Toko. Koko. Koko. Okay, it's a real fresh, minty kind of energy moving through now. Clearing out lifetimes, clearing out timelines, activating it with the unified mission, the unified energy. Feeling the empathic centers in the temples, clearing and activating. To be able to communicate through empathy, through knowing what's going on energetically, emotionally, physically in others, and especially your twin. Atatati takaka totototokokoko akatatatata akatatatata totokoko. Okay, heart activating. New light codes coming through the heart. Releasing the lower back, the muscles and the bones in the lower back, which strengthens the ability to move forward abundantly in your mission, to be able to receive that support required to step into twin flame unity mission. Okay, there's an expansion through the chest of the soul desire to fulfill the soul's purpose, that aqua energy, aquamarine, and that expressing out through the throat chakra also, and coming out through the crown. Can feel it activating the joints in the shoulders, the fluids, the synovial fluids, in all the joints, especially the hips and the shoulders. Okay, and now seeing an angel, an overlighting angel for your twin flame mission, coming into your conscious awareness, the very bright, very, very bright. Okay, there's some energy coming from the heart area, or the thymus area, the angel. Into the masculine twin. Down through the base chakra. I'm seeing the magenta and the red. So it's a purple, like third eye color coming in through the third eye and grounding into the base chakra. So it's giving the perception and the understanding, the vision to the masculine who's grounding that. I see the feminine embracing the masculine. It's like an aspect of the masculine arriving in 3D and embodying that was slightly out of reach for the masculine to access on the ground consciously. So some consciousness is coming in for the masculine twin, and the feminine twin is welcoming the masculine twin. It's like you've arrived, this aspect of the masculine. Yep. And then the feminine twin releases the tension in the diaphragm from holding the space for the unity at that level. And that helps her then drop into the chest and the thymus and the desire to do the mission. And I'm talking about the feminine energy in the pair and the masculine energy in the pair, not specifically gender. Okay, so with that, now there's a grounding equally at the same time through the base, both twins, both spirals. Recently had some information come through about why masculine twin was not shifting and transitioning and understanding at the same time as the feminine. This feels like there's a correction there and the ability to both, I'm hearing mobilize in frequency and move together as one unit. Mobilize together and move together as a unit through dimensions, but in a fluid, easy way without pushing and pulling, because the frequencies are cohesive and consistent. Ishaka Oshoko Akata Ia Otoka Asata O. Okay, thank you, guides, angels, star beings. Feeling an expansion and a grounding. Feel the third energy grounding through the tailbone of both twins. Receiving of the wings. Feet on the ground. Energies anchored into the earth. Yeah. The unity feels very embodied now. So, as you integrate that, listen to your bodies, rest when you need to. If an afterlight language healing, people need to sleep or really just rest and let it move through without interruption. Listen to your bodies, drink a lot of water. And what you might notice coming up is anything that's preventing you from anchoring unity and soul mission. Anything that's in the way might come up for you to see. Just allow it to move out with love. Blessings, everybody.